DNA remix mode activated! Oh well, but 10 minutes later. We're clones, baby! Excellently identical! Hey guys, I'm Tanya. And I'm Casey, and yes, we're twins. And today we are busting the biggest twin myths people believe about twins. Some are funny, some are just plain weird, and some we actually believed ourselves. Yeah, we sure did. Are you ready? Let's go! All twins get along. Okay, so people love to assume that just because we're twins. Yeah. We're always best friends, never fight, and just float around in perfect harmony. Yeah, no, that's definitely a myth. Yeah. Reality. Do we get along? Of course we do. But do we fight? Absolutely. Sometimes it's over silly things, like one of us is breathing too loudly. That really annoys me. Or taking each other's belongings, or something. Yes, Case, taking my belongings. Sometimes it's over something bigger. Yeah, but by the way, I want my jacket back. Okay. Standing too close, just existing, or even chewing too loud. I hate that. Especially when she eats apples. I give her the evil. Mm-hmm. Twins usually spend way more time together than regular siblings. So, yeah, we get on each other's nerves sometimes. Oh well, but the bond we have also means we back bounce fast. Even after a big fight, we're usually joking again like 10 minutes later. Yeah, we are built-in best friends for life. Yeah. You know, even though we sometimes get on each other's nerves. Yeah, it can be annoying sometimes because when we have real big arguments and we are mad at each other, we just want to be able to moan to each other and not at each other. But we're the ones who have just argued. So we're like, what are we supposed to do? We'll argue and we'll separate and we'll be so angry. And then one of us will call the other one up and we've stormed out the house and we've called each other up. Like, we just want to talk to each other. It's just completely natural. We don't really argue that much. No. It's normally over stupid things if we do, and then 2 seconds later it's completely forgotten about and we just get on with life. That's what siblings are. Yeah, you know, like most regular siblings. Just because we are twins don't mean we agree on everything. No. So even though we are similar on so many levels, we can have different opinions, moods, and certainly different levels of patience. Yep. There are, however, probably out there somewhere, twins who don't get along whatsoever. But that's on them for different reasons, like their upbringing, their environment, or just their personalities. Yeah, so no, twins don't always get along. But when we do, it's the best kind of bond. And also, I really feel that sometimes we've had messages on our social media where people have put, this is not how twins act, I have a twin and I hate my twin, we don't get along at all. And it's like, even if they are a twin, that's their experience of being a twin. That's so sad, because you should get along with your sibling or your twin. It just means that, you know, they're siblings, they're gonna fight. Yeah. Do you want to know what cracks me up? Is when these twins, they say, oh, we're going to hug for the first time on camera. And I'm like, it's so awkward. And it's like, okay, fine, there are twins and siblings who just don't hug. Because they say it's like hugging themselves. But I personally don't see the problem in hugging a sibling, regardless of whether it's your twin or not, or your sibling, or your mother, or your dad. You know, it's just a hug. Yeah. But some twins are really over the top. Like, oh, it's their first time hugging. It's like, really? Or some people are like, some twins are, oh, we don't hug, we don't show no affection to our twin. But twins have their own ways of showing their affection to their twin. They may not hug, but they have other ways that they show their twin their affection. It might be in a completely different way than a hug. Yeah, it's true. So, real siblings, real love, real arguments, and we wouldn't trade it for anything. No. Okay, so many times we have heard, oh, you're twins, so you must be able to read each other's minds, right? Okay, let's see if we can try and read each other's minds then. Okay, what animal am I thinking of? Say it in 3, 2, 1. Horse! Hey! But that's only because I know that horse isn't your favourite, so it was a bit obvious that you was gonna say horse.
I guess so. Okay, let's do another one. You think of a topic.
Alright, let's think of... Should we just do a number?
Sure.
We'll do it between 1 and 10, yeah?
Okay, ready?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, 7.
See? Doesn't always work.
Maybe I didn't hone in enough.
We're not in sync enough.
No. Okay, should we try again?
Let's try again.
Let's hone in a little bit more. Let's get that telepathy working more.
Okay,
Okay, let's think of a colour.
Okay, a colour.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Blue. Ooh.
Yeah, but that's probably because we're both wearing blue.
So that's why I said it, because I'm wearing blue.
Yeah, me too.
So it's
So
logic,
we did
isn't it?
think alike.
We did think alike.
So, but is that telepathy or just because we think the same? But who knows? If you want to believe that we have twin telepathy and that it really exists, good for you. We're close, but not quite psychic. Here's the real deal. Twins are super close. We grow up together.
Yeah.
We know each other's habits, like dislikes and moods, very, very well. We can sometimes finish each other's sentences, but that's because we've spent a lifetime together and it's years of practice.
Yeah. On the odd occasion, we can sense how the other one is feeling, along with a sense of knowing, like, what one of us may be about to say.
Yeah.
But that's really just due to the bond we have, not because we can read each other's minds. We wish we had that sort of magic. That would be fun.
Oh yes, we wish. Imagine how much trouble we'd get into. I'm thinking, reading your mind, that you are going to steal my bag for your night out later.
You caught me.
One twin is always evil.
Dum dum dum.
Which one of us is it? Which one of us? We get that a lot.
We do.
Don't we?
We do.
Which one's the funny twin? Which one's the smarter twin? Which one's the evil twin?
Yeah.
This one does crack me up, to be honest. We've had that said to us a lot in the past.
We have.
And apparently there's always an evil twin. You know, how in movies there's always that evil twin. People are so gullible, right?
Right. The sneaky mean twin who's always up to no good, eh?
Maybe we just take it in turns.
Maybe.
You know, and then there's the good twin, the sweet and innocent, the hero of the story, which people seem to think it's normally the youngest twin, which Casey's the youngest twin, so she must be the good, innocent, sweet twin, and I must be the evil twin.
Nuh-uh. Well, sorry to spoil the fun. It's real life, not a soap opera.
But
I think I'm more likely to be the evil twin.
you're not supposed to tell them that. I think we're both as bad as each other.
Yeah.
We have our moments, let's just say that.
Yeah, in all seriousness, we're two different people with our own personalities despite sharing a womb. We can both have our moments.
Yeah, we definitely both have our moments.
Yeah.
Sometimes one of us might be more mischievous or sometimes more serious.
Yeah.
But it's not like one twin is the villain and the other is the saint.
Oh no. Honestly, if one of us was the evil twin, the other one would totally have their back.
Yeah.
And probably give us a hard time about it too.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no evil alliance here.
No.
Just two sisters who sometimes argue over who's borrowed whose clothes.
Or the fact that we're wearing the same and you have to change.
Oh, you have to change.
No, you.
It's always me that has to change.
Exactly. So next time you hear someone say, one twin is always evil, just remember, it's mostly Hollywood drama. Twins have a secret language.
So have you heard people say that twins create their own language that only they can understand?
Yeah, like we're speaking some super exclusive twin code no one else can crack.
Well, here's the truth. Some twins do develop unique ways of communicating, especially when they are really little.
Yes, it is in fact called cryptophasia, a kind of private language made up of sounds and gestures or words that they have formed that only the twins might understand.
Yeah, like we totally had that growing up.
Yes.
And as you get older, it's like a temporary thing usually.
It fades.
And when twins are toddlers, learning to talk and trying to figure things out together, you know? And then as we grow up, those languages usually fade away.
Yeah.
Because we learn to speak just like everyone else does. But there is still that hidden kind of way of our own kind of language. You know, we continue to have our own unique way of communicating with each other, that other people will be like, what are they talking about? But we can still understand each other through gestures, noises and sounds, the same as when we were little, just as an adult.
Yeah.
You know? One could think that we're constantly chatting in a secret code.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of certain expressions and gestures towards each other to communicate, and that's understandable because we know each other so well that only we can understand them.
Pretty cool, don't you think?
Mm. All twins are identical. Well, we are.
We are.
So many people think all twins look exactly the same.
Yeah, like we're just human copy and paste.
Mm-hmm. But that's actually a myth. There are two main types of twins, identical and fraternal. We are identical twins.
Yes. Identical twins come from one fertilised egg that splits into two embryos. That means they share the exact same DNA. So yeah, identical twins look super similar. Same face, same eye colour, same blood type, but they're still not clones. They can have slightly different features in shape and size, along with different personalities, styles, and interests.
Yeah. Fraternal twins, on the other hand, come from two separate eggs and two separate sperm. That would mean they are siblings who happen to be born at the same time, who share 50% of the same DNA, just like other siblings. So fraternal twins can look totally different. About 70% of twins are actually fraternal.
Yep, you can't always tell by looking at twins whether they are identical or fraternal because of lifestyle differences and choices they've made, environment, or even injuries. Meanwhile, some fraternal twins do look alike and confuse everyone, but genetically they're not identical.
Yeah. Also, as you get to know twins, you can start seeing the differences between them. Like, for example, I'm half an inch taller than Casey.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's seen, you probably can't see from the height difference here on camera, but I'm half an inch taller. You know, there's many differences, and as you get to know twins, you learn those differences. We're not exactly the same. Our movements, our expressions, the way we speak, the way we talk is very, very similar. But along the way, you go and you get to know certain twins and their personalities, you realise sometimes how different they can actually be.
Yeah.
So, next time someone says, you're twins, you don't even look the same.
Just hit them with some twin science.
Twins can feel each other's pain. Didn't feel it. It's normally her giving me a smack. Give my arms a rest. Did you feel that?
No.
I didn't feel it. You can feel that.
I'm feeling it.
I can't feel it. I can't feel it at all. Have you ever stubbed your toe and someone goes, wait, did your twin feel that too?
Like, ouch, and I just suddenly drop my drink across town because I'm feeling the pain. No.
I think people think that we are some kind of human Bluetooth connection, like we're connected somehow, you know? Like,
yeah, it's a cool idea, but sorry, it's just not true.
like we're plugged into each other or something.
Twins may be super close and really in tune with each other, but we can't literally feel each other's pain, physical pain. Like, that's just not how biology works. Come on.
What we do feel is emotional connection.
Yes.
Like, if she's going through something, I know. Like, even if she doesn't say it, her aura, I can feel it. Sometimes I might have a moment where something feels off and I might give you a ring, like, you alright? And you'll be like, yeah. And there might be something, you know, the twin telepathy thing there. But other than that, it's more of an emotional connection.
Yeah, sometimes you just get a vibe. But not like she broke her leg and now I'm limping.
Ow, my arm.
Are you okay?
No, but you're fine. So, twin pain myth
busted. One twin is the leader, the other just follows.
Well, like a shadow.
Yeah.
So, apparently, in every twin duo, one is the boss and the other just follows like a backup dancer.
Oh yeah, people always ask. Okay, but who is the dominant one? Like we're in some kind of twin power struggle.
Just like any two people, one of us might be louder, more outgoing, or quicker to lead in certain situations, and then the other in other situations. It's not a fixed dynamic. We take it in turns, depending on our situation, mood, environment, and dramas.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the other one is just tagging along. We each have our own strengths.
Yes.
And we both have our moments, you know, telling each other what's what.
Yeah.
What to do.
Twins always have the same friends and do everything together. Some people think that being twins means we're basically joined at the hip.
Same friends, same hangouts, same hobbies, same classes, like we're never apart.
But in actual fact, I mean, we love being around each other.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, most of the time.
Yeah, but we're certainly not attached by the hip.
No, we're not. Yes, we grew up together, doing a lot of the same things together, but still as individuals. Growing up, we were made at a young age to be in different classes because family and teachers thought it would be in our best interests to have independence and make our own friends and to be able to make our own decisions, etc. Not cool. There was another set of twins actually in our year who they were in the same class and we were both thinking, well, what's wrong with us? Why can't we be in the same class?
No, we didn't like that so much, but it stuck and we grew up in different classes and had different friends. However, my friends was her friends and vice versa.
But it didn't change us. We weren't all of a sudden completely different people. We weren't all of a sudden not twins anymore.
No.
We always knew we had our own individuality.
Yeah.
All it did was make us sad and have a little bit of, what do they call it, separation anxiety. That's what it did. We grew up with quite a lot of bullying and on both of our sides, and maybe if we had been together that might not have been the case, you know. We might have been able to like prevent that from happening.
Yeah. Now we are older, we not only are together a lot, we choose to be around each other a lot.
Yeah.
But we have our own space, interests and friends.
Even though we have exactly the same tastes, hobbies, etc., we do have time apart. It's healthy to have time apart.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm in my PJs and she's out at the bar or party somewhere and vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes people even get weirded out when we show up somewhere separately.
Yeah, like, oh, where's your twin? We get that a lot, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Like,
where's your twin?
Even just going to the shop, someone will be like, oh, where's your twin? Well, she's clearly not with me. She's somewhere else, isn't she? Sometimes we do things together and sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly normal.
And no, we're not attached to the hip.
No, myth busted.
Yeah.
Identical twins are always the same gender. So, people think if you're identical twins, you're always the same gender.
Always? Like no exceptions ever? Who came up with that rule?
Probably someone who has never Googled genetics gone wild.
Look, identical twins are usually the same gender because we come from the same egg. One egg. One sperm. We're clones, baby!
Excellently identical!
But here's the twist. Rarely, and we mean rarely, weird stuff can happen when the embryo is splitting.
Mm-hmm. Like, one twin could lose part of an X chromosome. Mm-hmm. That's called Turner syndrome.
Or one could develop differently due to something called mosaicism.
That's basically your DNA deciding to freestyle.
Yes.
DNA remix mode activated! So yeah, while it's super, super, super rare, it is possible for identical twins to end up with different biological sexes. Bet you didn't expect that answer.
But don't go expecting it. It's like 1 in a multi-million kind of rare.
So rare.
Now that was fun. We definitely busted some myths.
We sure did.
We hope you guys were surprised at some of those.
Let us know if you have any more myths that you want us to bust and drop them in the comment section. We hope you enjoyed this video and we will see you next time.
Ciao for now!